All right, good morning, beautiful people. Good morning, beautiful people. I know you might watch me. I might post this in the evening, but it is about 6 a.m. on Friday, which is my day off. But you know me, I can't stay asleep. So I was inspired. I was inspired from having doing a live last night with JC from Kai Fragrances, also before he was with Ganache Perfumes. I was inspired because there were some fragrances that were killing me, and I wanted to talk about them. And so I wanted to do the gourmands. I mean, this is the time of year, fall. We are all about the gourmands. We're about, the coziness, it gets cooler outside, and gourmands really do shine in this time of year. So I was planning on doing a video like this, but then I talked to him, and then I was like, girl, you better do this video. You better do this video. So I am up with my tea, because if you can hear, I'm a little nasally. I am coming down with something, so I'm trying to knock it out today, because who wants to be sick on their 3-day weekend? So anyway, let's talk gourmands, because I got some for y'all. I got some. Now, I have to be honest, I didn't think I had that many gourmands, because I don't think of myself of this huge gourmand lover. I enjoy, we know tuberose. We know I'm a tuberose hoe. I love florals. I love white florals. I love rose. I love spicy things. I love ouds. But I really didn't think that I had a really decent amount of gourmands. Not to say that I'm going to be rushing out to get them, because I have to be in the mood for a gourmand. I really do. Some of them, and then some of them, it's just like, yes, honey, yes. So, yeah, let's talk gourmands. So I'm going to start out with some of my older ones that really was like, oh my gosh, I love these. So let's start here. This one right here. When I smelled this, I was in love, and I was like, oh my God, I need this. And this is Gallagher Fragrances Rosé All Day. Now, the interesting thing about this is that it's called Rosé All Day, and it does have, some rose in it. I don't smell it though, y'all, but this is apple crisp and plum and brown sugar. This smells like a dessert. It smells like an apple crisp with the deep brown sugar. You get the spices in it. You get this warm, cozy feeling. Now, it does have a stainless steel note that some people get that metallic vibe. I really don't. I just get this just delicious apple crisp with the cinnamon and it's got a little plum in it, but it's like the brown sugar and the apples. Whoo, child, this gives it to me. Now, whenever you're talking about these things, you got to bust this one out, right? Because it's the most inexpensive one we all have, and this is Al Rehab's Choco Musk. This is a vanilla hot chocolate. It does dry down and has some rose and everything in it, but it is a vanilla hot chocolate. We all know this. We all love it. It is great for layering. If you want to smell like vanilla hot chocolate, this is the way to go. I'm just saying, this is the way to go. And it is you're going to be like, yes, yes, yes. But honestly, I don't wear it a lot, but I'm starting to use it more for layering purposes to enhance and amp up some things. But yet, honey, it had its moment. She's a moment. She's a legend. She's an icon. We know this. She's a moment. She's a legend. She's an icon. Okay. Now this one, and I'm going through some of my older ones, and then we'll get into some newer ones. Now, this one, sadly, it's going to be very hard to find right now. But when I got it, it was all over the place. And it was sort of nice. People kind of talking about it. But real talk, this was before there was so many women in Fragcom. And now, we're above it. So many people are above this. But this is classic. This is Guerlain. This is Shalimar Souffle Intense. This is a lemon pound cake for me. This is giving lemon pound cake. So real true story. When I was, I got, some Zerjoff samples, and of course, Lyra. We all hear about Lyra. Lyra. It's a lemon powder. So when I smelled it, I said, "Oh, I'm good," because I had this. Now, of course, if I run out of this, I guess I'm gonna have to get Lyra, because you cannot find this, and this baby is, getting a little pricey, but it is because it has that classic Guerlain vanilla, which we all know is very iconic. And as it dries down, you get this lemon pound cake. So it is giving you lemon pound cake in a very sophisticated, elegant way. So this is Souffle Intense. Now this was one of my first ones, and I heard somebody talking about it, and I got it, and I was like, ooh. So this is Serge Lutens Feminine du Bois. This has got spices in it. It's got plum. It's got peach. It's got clove in it. I think it's got a little cinnamon. What this reminds me of and brings to me is my scent memory of it. This is the holiday, specifically Thanksgiving. It smells like a nice little dessert. Like if you have that one person who brings in that special dessert, like you have your peach cobblers, your pound cakes, and then you always have that one person who comes to the dinner who's that bougie person who brings in that that really decadent yet very elegant dessert. They might have made it, or they know this perfect little bakery to go, like a French bakery in your city to go to get this beautiful like tart, like but this is like a winter tart. It's got the plum, it's got peaches in it, it's got the spices. That's what this is to me. So it reminds me of a very elegant French dessert that your bougie aunt, probably me, would bring in. Because when it comes to food, I'm bougie as fuck. And I said that in such a bougie way, didn't I? The people who know me already know. All right. So there's that. Then another one that's giving off to me like high-end dessert. That is Magnificat by Quintacanto. I think that's how you say it. Now, the reason why this does is, like I always say, Mirabelle is the drink. This is the let me get it out. This is the dessert. This feels like a very, it has cotton candy and it's ambery. It's got benzoin. So it's vanillic, but it has this kind of, the sweetness, the cotton candy isn't too sweet, so it's not overpowering, right? But this gives this very vanillic vibe, very like a nice, beautiful pastry. One of those pastries, now let me say how I say it. It feels like a pastry that's, more, might have a custard filling, but it's not creamy, but it's like that vanilla custard that's very subtle, that's not too sweet, that's just like when you bite into it, it's all about the whole experience of it, and it's vanilla, and it's got a little, like maybe a little sugariness, like maybe a little, almost a sugar crust on it. That is Magnificat. Not too much, like when you think of sugary things like pink sugar. No, this is the sophisticated, the elevated, the elegant vibe of something like that. So it's giving you that cotton candy, but a very, very upscale, like if you went to a carnival, like a carnival event, but it's a very upscale carnival event. I've been, where you've been to one where it's giving you that carnival vibe, but it's made for adults and it's a very upscale one. That's what they would have. This would be one of the desserts you would find, just sitting around waiting for you to have it. Just sitting around waiting for you to have it. Let me do something. All right, talking about an apple pie vibe. This is it, honey. This is La Danse de la Lebula, whatever. But this is apple pie. Now, where Rosé All Day is like this deeper, richer apple pie, this is that summery apple pie because it has a zesty lemon in the beginning. So it comes off very citrusy apple. So it's a little brighter apple to me. And then it dries down. You still get this little, the apple pie vibe, the sweetness, the little spiciness. And that's what it is. So with Rose All Day is like that winter apple pie, like that deep dish apple pie. Might have some cranberries in, but in this one they got plums, so it's like got apples and plums in it, and it's got all this brown sugar. This one is the lighter one. This is that fresher, almost like an apple tart, as opposed to an apple pie. This is more apple tartish, because you feel like the apples would be lying there and they would squeeze some lemon on it, you know, because they don't want the lemon, they don't want the apples to go dark. And then you get that sweetness from it. Yes, honey. La danza della libule. Now, if you've been on my channel for a while, you're gonna be, yeah, we know you love this. We know you love this hoe. This is Attar Collections Cow Tat Night. Y'all know, if you've been around, you know what they say. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. This is a cherry cobbler. Oops, I had taken out this little cam. I don't know what's going on with this camera, y'all, on this phone, but it's just like making decisions. I was sitting here and it just started like, bitch, start filming. It was like, it wasn't even a whole start filming. It's like, bitch, you filming, start filming. Okay, I'm here. So let me go back to this. Talking about Cow Tat Night. This is a cherry cobbler. I know other people talking about it's amber and everything, but baby, this is a spicy cherry cobbler to me. This is fall. This is giving me that fall vibe. When I'm in that mood to smell like a dessert, this is one of those. This is definitely giving me cherry cobbler. It reminds me of that dessert at school that I actually liked, which was a cherry cobbler, that cherry crisp they did back in the day in school. And one of my, yes, I used to love that stuff. And that's what this smells like. I finally figured out what it reminds me of. Yes, honey, this is cherry cobbler. It is cinnamony. It is cherry. It does have an ambery vibe and all that other stuff, but I get the cherry throughout the whole life of this. And this baby lass, she is a diva. Okay. Did y'all feel that? Did y'all feel that in y'all soul? Because I felt it. I felt it. Now, I do have another one from Attar Collection. Everybody loves this one a lot. I'm okay with her. This is Crystal Love for her. This is a white chocolate. She's white chocolate. She's sexy. She's good. I have to be honest with you. Of the two, I lean toward Cow Tat Night. But this is a really subtle white chocolate. Not too much. It's not giving too much. Not bothering the masses. It's a delicious fragrance. All right. So this is Crystal Love for her by Attar Collection. You can find other people talk about it a lot more because they really love it a lot more than me. I'm just being honest. Now, if you love Rose All Day and you that apple is, you know, you like, whoa, that sounds good. Now, you know, and they do have samples of all this, so go and get you some samples. This is Perfumes Midnight Jasmine. Now, this right here, this is the plum version of Rose All Day. Perfumes is part of Gallagher Fragrances, and actually now they're just calling this the Pearlescent Collection as opposed to trying to make it a separate entity. It is like the Pearlescent Collection, but this is the plum version of this. Damn, this is sexy. This has plum and jasmine, where it has rose, apple, and rose. This is plum and jasmine, and baby, where Feminine de Bois is a plummy, peachy vibe, that is a little more subtle. It's a little more, you know, this is in your face. This is turning heads, breaking necks. Folks, people gonna be asking you, what are you wearing? You smell delicious. This is when people just cannot help but come up to you and say, you smell freaking delicious. Okay. So that is Midnight Jasmine. I'm sorry, y'all. I love it. Now, this one had to grow on me, but It was one of my first ones, and I wound up falling in love with it, and I get the hype. This is Sunshine Woman by Amouage. Now, I have to be honest, this is something that you have to try a few times because you might not get it in the beginning. You might not get it in the beginning. And this is an apricot tart with a smokiness to it. This is exactly what it is. Oh, now, when I first smelled it, because it has a little kind of like cinnamony vibe to it. But the first time that I smelled it, but honestly, I did not like it. I was like, oh no, I don't know why everybody's talking about this. No. But then I tried it a couple more times and it was like, oh, but wait. So this is a beautiful apricot tart. Now I know people always act like this should be a summer fragrance, but no, this is fall, baby. This is cozy. This is smell good. This is, your lover gonna be up on you like, baby, you always smell like deliciousness. Especially when you get that new lover, now you're the person. If you've been with somebody for a long time and you're really into fragrances, they kind of become a little blasé about your fragrances. Let's just be honest, because they can be blasé about these things because they're so used to it. However, if you are somebody who's dating somebody new and you're in a freshness and a newness of a relationship, or if you haven't been that person who's always been into fragrances and you just are, honey, get your deliciousness down. And this is a delicious one that will be like, wow. Because, of course, we smell other people's scents all the time, but this is one of those standouts. Like, they're not going to smell on everybody. And it's going to be Sunshine Woman, honey. This is apricot-y, osmanthus. It is a little smoky, but it isn't, it's delicious. Delicious. Now, if you want to smell like tricks, you want to smell like fruity tricks, you're going to try Nobel 1942's Costa Diva. This is exactly what it is. It has these fruity notes, and I know to some people this might more be like spring and everything, but honey, this is a projector. This lasts on your skin. So if you want something a little sweeter, not quite as deep and rich as the ones I've been showing you, like Rosé All Day, things like that, where they're very rich and very decadent on your skin, go with Costa Diva. This is going to give you a more, this is a little more, I'm trying to say how I want to say it. This is more daytime, and I wouldn't even say daytime. It's just a little more youthful. And I don't mean it in a bad way or, oh, those are so old lady. No, I'm just saying it gives this kind of like, if you're like in that fun, it's not youthful. It's a more fun vibe. Those are a little more, they give off a little more, like Midnight Jasmine gives off sensuality. Rosé All Day gives off, this like really cozy, just, sweater weather. This gives off fun, like you going out and having some good times and you want to smell a little sweet and fun. This is a fun fragrance, but it has some power because it's going to last on you. So this is Costa Diva. All right. And then we have, what was I looking at? I was going to come with next. Hold on. Speaking of cherry, I got another cherry for y'all. This is Cherry on Top by Rihanna. This is not talked about a lot, but this is cherries and caramel. And it's very sweet and rich and decadent. So this is a cherry and caramel vibe. It's an ambery, dries down, you get that muskiness, but it's cherries and caramel. So this is Rihanna's Cherries on Top. It's not really well known or really talked about, but this is a good, delicious fragrance. Then we have, of course, let's go with this Mancera. Now, Manceras, for me, the ones that I have are not necessarily super gourmandish. Let's just be real. But this one is. This is Tonka Cola. And this is a cherry vanilla cola. That's what it is. Cherry vanilla cola. If you want to smell like a cherry vanilla cola, this is it. This is it right here. Right here. Right now. So that's the one I'm going to tell about. Now, of course, wild cherry, because that's one of my favorite cherries of all times. just is a bright, just in your face cherry. I forgot to pull it out, but wild cherry. Wild cherry. But this one is cherry vanilla cola. Boom. All right. And then, of course, we're going to talk about these two. I'm not even going to pull out the other one because I don't know what I did with it, honestly, to be quite honest. This is Angel Share by Guerlain. We know this is a boozy apple pie. It's definitely giving boozy, definitely giving apple pie. This one has a little nutmeg in it because this is the French Montana one that I got for $50. Okay, so this is the cherry. This is a boozy apple pie. Of course, I have Commerce somewhere around here. I don't know what I did with it, but I have Commerce. So, you know, we know the Lattafa version. There's so many dupes of Angel Share at this point. You do not have to spend the money unless you love Guerlain and the aesthetic. I do love my camera. It's giving similar vibes. I know people are like, it's not an exact dupe. Okay, whatever. But it's giving similar vibes. If you're looking for that vibe, there you have it. Okay? Before somebody gets in my comments, somebody, that's really not. I feel like it's this. Okay, whatever. Feel it. Feel whatever you want. Feel yourself up. I don't care. I don't need to be checked because of your nose, and my nose might be a little different. I'm sorry, I just had to say it because it's so fucking annoying sometimes. Let me just have a little moment for a rant. Let me just say this. This is why I don't get into this with people on their videos. I let people say what the fuck they want to say about what they want to say about, because we are all different people. We all have different vibes. You come here to hear what we think about it. Don't come, but then, you know, you got the people who want to check you and tell you, no, it really smells like this and I smell like this. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. And it's okay to say what you think about it, but when you come off real snarky, like you're coming with some superiority, you got some knowledge that somebody don't know, it's annoying. I'm just telling you what I feel, what I get from it. All right. Now, what you get from it might be different, and you might not even like it. Is it necessary for you to go around to everybody's videos and tell them your opinions about it? How about this? No. Because it's a vibe, like people do that to me, and I'm just talking about me. Y'all could say what y'all want, but people who, you know, it's not saying that you gotta rah everything that somebody likes because you're watching the video, but there's some people who are in the comments who definitely come in the comments to be very critical and to prove that they have better knowledge than you and you don't know what you're talking about and things like that. That's what they're there for, to make themselves feel like they're superior. And guess what? We all spending our money, and we are all, you know, we are all deciding what we think about these fragrances. So I don't feel like it's my job to go on anybody's something and down something that they like. Now, what I might say is, hey, I like this, or ooh, yes, girl, that's it. I'm there to rah whatever you saying, or give you maybe a suggestion. Give me a suggestion. Give people suggestions. Hey, well, if you like this, you might like this too because of this, and the other. That didn't work out for me, but this was hot. That's how you do it. You ain't got to be like, well, no, this is that. I don't think you know the people who ain't got no lives, who feel the need to do all that shit in people's comments. Okay, sorry, I just had a moment. Let's go back to the video. Let me sip my tea. I will probably need to like videos timestamp this part, so in case people don't want to hear it, they can just go through it. All right, let's get back to what we're doing here. Sphinx Fragrances Horchata de Vanille. I keep saying that if you want to smell, if you like horchata and that rice, cinnamony rice milk, this is it. I living for it. It's got that definitely ricey milk vibe to it. So it's not just milk, it's not just latte, it's got the rice milk. And if you have ever had horchata, you know what I'm talking about. And this is a cinnamon bomb. So, you know, like, because, you know, if you go and drink horchata, horchatas can be different everywhere you go, right? Because they kind of mix them themselves. They do a little mixing of it. So this is like that super cinnamony vanilla rice milk horchata, right? The horchata. So this has a lot more. This is one of those cinnamon ones, which is kind of what I like. So this is Horchata de Vanille by Sphinx Fragrances. Whoo, try to say that 3 times fast. The only problem I have with Sphinx Fragrances, and this is for real, is they don't put the names on here. So you just kind of got to know, put your own label at the bottom or something. I don't know. I only have one, so I know what it is. I'm just saying. Then I just got this recently. Now, I had tried it and everything, but honey, once I wore it, I was like, oh yes. This is Dates Delight. Let's have a moment for the egg. Let's have a moment for the damn egg. Okay, so this is Dates Delight. And this is, this is a kind of spicy, honeyed, got the dates in it, so it's a spicy, honey, datey, nutty vibe. The nuttiness from the dates is very subtle, but it's more spice and honey. Whew. I told y'all, my little co-worker was like, Miss Caillouet, Miss C, what are you wearing? He was like, that smells so good. He was like, don't wear that around them old men, Miss C. They're going to be following after you. So basically, I need a sugar granddaddy, a sugar pappy. So maybe I should go someplace and find me a sugar pappy or two. Because I need somebody to help support this habit I got. My bad, that was terrible. Anyway, this is Dates Delight, and it is delightful on the skin. You have to like a spicy kind of honey vibe. Woo, it's good. And it's given like a Greek dessert. I don't mean necessarily baklava, but it's definitely given like that honeyed kind of spicy, sweet, spicy Greek dessert. All right. Now, did I do all of those? Two. Yes. Okay, so now let's get into my boys. Y'all like, so where's the Vincent? Where's the JC? Here they come. Okay, so let's talk Vincent first. Now, I only pulled a few. I was trying not to pull everything, you know what I'm saying? It's like hard when you have like a large collection. It's hard not to just come hard for y'all. It's hard. It's really hard. So I'm trying not. So here we go. Here are the ones we're going with. All right, so first off, let's do Vincent. Now, I have been raving about this since last year. Whew, I'm almost out of it. Did I buy another bottle? I might have. This is Sugaring. I always say this is a boozy peach cobbler. That's all I have to say about it. I said it over and over again. He just had a sale. He is doing, I think he's still doing samples. So prepare yourself for when you want to buy, when he's doing another sale, or just purchasing from him full price. Because you all can purchase full price, Because I do that sometimes too. Now, I will say that Vincent is kind enough to give me quite a few, but I do buy it myself too. Sugaring. This is a boozy peach cobbler. Then we have Candyman. Now, Vincent says this is super sweet, but I promise you it is not. It is because I don't like super sweet fragrances. I don't like them to, be like where it feels like I'm going to get a toothache from wearing it. But this is a fruity, like a candy fruity vibe. It's more like, I want to say Jolly Ranchers kind of vibe. Those kind, that kind of vibe. But it's a more elevated. So it's giving you that whole sweet candy-like vibe, because it is candy-like, but it has enough balance to it and blend that it's not too much. It's just it gives off a sophisticated candy. Like, you want to smell sweet and like candy, but you also don't want to smell like like a $5, like a, you don't want to smell like a 50-cent candy. You want to smell like the you know, $5 candy. The kinds that, you know, your like that fruity candy balls and candies and stuff like that, like your grandmother would have, or you go to somebody's older person's house and they have that candy bowl and they had those really good candies, those hard candies, and that you get them and they be like, oh my god, this is the best candy ever. But you can't, but as a kid you didn't know where to get them because it was just, it cost too much. You know, they had to go to the store and get them, to the big store, to like Marshall Fields here, Macy's, you know what I'm saying? Next up is Ruby. There's something, no, is there something in here? Okay, no it's not. Okay, so this is Ruby. And this is based on ruby chocolate. I want to say it's that red, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a chocolate, it's kind of got a reddish tinge. And that's what it smells like. It smells like a reddish tinged chocolate. This is a very decadent chocolate. Now I'm going to tell y'all this, and this is real. I'm not a huge chocolate fragrance lover. I am not. However, I find that his chocolates work for me. So this works for me right here. All right. And then I just got this recently and I'm like, oh my God, I'm in love. This is Cashmere. This is, oh no, I'm not going to talk about this here. Take this out. All right, so we're going to get started. I'm going to run through these right quick because I got to finish this quickly. I'm running out of time. This, rest in peace, this is Ganache. This is one of my favorite fragrances of all times by Ganache. This is one of my first ones. This is Leche y Galletas. Now, when I tried Italica by Xerjoff, that's when I said I don't need it because I have this. Unfortunately, I should have bought more. This is an almond cookie. This is an almond cookie. Delicious almond cookie right here. And it is giving you that. And if you know anything about Ganache fragrances, I say almond cookie, you know it's an almond cookie. Now, of course, Ganache is no more, but Kai Fragrances is here now. And so he has some new fragrances that have come out. I would suggest you get the discovery sets to try them out. But here are the ones that I'm telling you about right now. This is There Will Always Be a You. This is a salted caramel with oud in it, and the oud is well blended. This is so delicious. I've already talked about it once. I'm showing it to you again. If you like that vibe, go to get that sample set so you can decide what you want, because he's coming for y'all. Then we have Justify Your Love, which is a pistachio sundae. It's got whipped cream, it's got cherries, so it's like a pistachio sundae because it's got pistachio, it's got the, you know, on top. It is fabulous. If you're into that pistachio vibe this year, you need to put this into your list because it's got the cherry in it. It is good. And then Brown Skin. This is a boozy vanilla, and it does something on your skin, baby. When you get these, put these on your skin. Don't play with the paper. Put them on your skin and see how they smell. But this is a boozy, oh, delicious, delicious, delicious vanilla. I can't wait to wear it. All right. Oh, and then I forgot this one. Lattafa. I forgot this Lattafa, y'all. Lattafa has come for Caillouet with Affection. This is their dupe of Caillouet's Young Pistachio. It is serving that vibe. I've never tried Young Pistachio, but everyone says it's a spot on dupe. The big bottle is like $35 on Joma Shop. I have a little tiny 20 ml for now. That's all I need because I don't, you know, I got enough going on. I might not get the big bottle, but this is a cute bottle. So there we have it. Woo! I got through them all. I hope I gave y'all a good amount of gourmands to love. Let me know if you've tried any of them. If you're planning on trying some. If you own some, what are your thoughts? Keep it classy. Don't be an asshole. All right now, as always, my whole squad, thank you for hanging out with me. It's your LuuLuu. Be bold, be brave, be fearless, be free. Talk to you later.